been a busy day for me in these videos, but we're just trying to catch up with a few people that have been absent and with our new class additions. We spent a little time last week just starting to discuss the idea of exponents. Anyhow, an exponent, you have a base number, I'm going to use a 3, and an exponent number. And now the number we're talking about, the exponents, is this number up here. It's always a smaller version of a number to the top right-hand side of a number. So you could have 5 to the power 2, or 5 squared. You could have 10 to the power 2. You could have 7 to the exponent 3. There's all different ways. But what you need to know is what these mean. When people first learn this, they see a 3 and a 2, and immediately they make the mistake of going 3 times 2. They remember vaguely that we're multiplying something, and they just take the two numbers and stick a multiplication sign between them. But that is absolutely not correct. When we look at a base number to an exponent, what is happening is we take that base number and multiply it by itself as many times as shown with the exponent. So in this case, the base number is 3, and we're going to multiply it by itself 2 times. So 3 is actually 3 times 3, which would be 9. And 5 squared, or 5 to the power 2, or 5 to the exponent 2, there are many ways to say what that is. Anyhow, that is not 5 times 2, which is a very common grade 7 mistake, but instead it is a 5 times itself twice. So 2 times 5 times 5, and that's 100, or 25. Sorry, I was looking at the next one already. Anyhow, the next one we have 10 squared, and 10 to the power 2 is not 10 times 2. I'll get a lot of mistakes like that this week, but hopefully as the year progresses, it's less and less. Anyhow, that's 10 times 10, and that equals 100. Now this last one, I don't have a calculator with me, but this is 7 to the exponent 3. And when we have a different exponent, this still is telling me I'm going to do 7 times itself 3 times. So that's 7 times 7 times 7. Now I know 7 times 7 is 49, but I also have to multiply it by 7 more. And I don't have a calculator handy, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a little mental math. I'm going to change that 49 in my head to 50. And I know 50 times 7 will be 350. And then I can take the 7 away from that. Sorry, I got interrupted there. Anyhow, change the 49 to 50. And then you take 7 off. So 50 times 7 is 350. 350 less that 7 again is 343. That's a quick way of doing that in your head. So anyhow, that's exponents, and I'm going to show you how they fit into our order of operation questions that we were doing today. So if we have something along the lines of this, there we go. And remembering that our order of operations is BEDMAS, where B is brackets, E is an exponent, that's division, multiplication, addition, and subtraction. And also remembering that addition and subtraction can be interchangeable, as can division and multiplication. You do them in the order they appear. Anyhow, if we're looking at this, we should see that we have 3 operations that could possibly be done. We have exponents, we have multiplication, and we have addition. What you have to do is look to your chart here and see which one comes first. So brackets is first, but there's no brackets, and exponents is second. We're going to have to do this first. And what I ask kids to do today is underline the part you're going to do. It only takes a second and really helps you organize your work. 3 squared, or 3 to the exponent 2, remember, is 3 times 3. That'll be 9, and we'll write out the rest of the question. Our next, we either have a multiplication question to do or an addition question. We can look back to our chart over there, and we can see that multiplication comes before addition. So we're going to do this part first, and again, we're going to underline it. 9 times 2 is 18, add 3. And lastly, we have 18 plus 3, and that's 21. We circle our answer to show how we did it. So I'm just going to erase this, do one quick other one, and then the kids can get right into their order of operations tomorrow. Sometimes you'll have something like 5 times 2, a bracket and a squared sign on the outside. Anyhow, in this case, what it's going to ask us to do is inside the brackets. We have a bracket. It's got to be done before our exponent. So we will do inside the bracket, and that's 10, knowing we're going to have to square it. The rest of the question just gets written like it is. Yeah, it takes a long time, but we have nothing but time in school. Anyhow, now we know we have exponents, addition, multiplication, and subtraction. And from our list, we see that exponents comes next. And 10 squared, or 10 to the power 2, or 10 times 10 is 100. And we write out the rest just like it is because we haven't changed any of it. Now when we're looking for our next step, we should see that we have addition, multiplication, and subtraction. Going to our list, we see that multiplication becomes before addition or subtraction, so it's next. But remember, do not change the order. Write this 100 just where it is. It hasn't gone anywhere. We haven't done anything with it. Leave it. And now we're going to do 6 times 3. 6 times 3 is 18, and we're going to subtract 2. Because we didn't use that either, we're going to keep writing down all the steps we haven't done. 100 plus 18 is 118, minus 2. And lastly, 118 minus 2 is 116. If you look and say, wow, that's a really big question. Well, in size it is, but according to the degree of difficulty of math that you had to do in it, it was just following one step, then following another step, then following another step. And make sure you underline each step so you know what it is that you are going to do in each instance. So if you do that, it'll really help you when you're first learning how to do it. All right.